This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/Wondery. That's greenlight.com/Wondery.
Kids, listen to your mother.
Mom!
Welcome to Between Us Moms with Katie Crafts-Mork and Hallie Stevens-Trade.
Hey, mamas, and welcome back to the podcast with Katie and Hallie. We are so grateful that you're here for 30 minutes. It's been a second since we did this together. If you guys are trusted, true, frequent listeners, we appreciate you, and you know that it's been our moms the past 2 weeks and Hallie's sister. So I'm excited to hear what your cliff notes are. Hal, what has been going on?
So, a couple things. One, I officially have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I just want to say, if you're in the thick of the baby making and you are just feeling like you're never going to see the light of day again, or like you're just so in the thick of it, I want to give you some words of encouragement and tell you that the sweetest chapter is just around the corner. I love this little moment with Dylan and Collins so much. Their personalities are like full on. I have such a sense of who they are and of their spirit. And it's just really cool to watch them become friends and laugh with each other and play with each other and like engage. And you know, if you are someone who's listened to the show since the beginning, you know, Katie and I had a lot of feels about bringing a second baby into the house and what that dynamic might do to the family, and feeling guilt that maybe we wouldn't have the bandwidth to love our first babies with all the might that we had previously. And it is true what they say, that your heart expands and there is just endless love to be given. And it is just the best. So 1 and 3, amazing. I will say I refrained from throwing the epic birthday party for the first birthday. I feel both guilt and pride over that.
And peace.
Yes, there is. Ain't it motherhood to have like, you know, dueling emotions, but yeah, we kept it low key. We did family only. It was very chill. It was really nice. And I'm glad about that. The other thing is I am pissed because I am in this point where I'm done having babies and I should very much be on the road to feeling hot again. And my hair is really doing something. Let me tell you. If you aren't familiar, if you're new to the show, I'm on camera every week for Entertainment Tonight. And I was in hair and makeup and we were talking about my grays. I love those girls. It always feels like you're entering the therapist's office. These are two women who are mothers and like I just adore them. And so I was opening up about how I was feeling a certain way about my hair. Grays are coming in full force, hardcore. And I felt like my hair was frizzier than normal. And they were being real sweet and just like kind of downplaying it. But then I went to see my hair husband of the last decade, who does not sugarcoat it for me. And he was shook by how much gray I had. He was like, last time I saw you was October. Your hair is like, you are going gray. It is time to start dyeing it. And he said, my new hair that's coming in postpartum is like crimpy, almost pube-like. So I'm upset because I'm ready to start feeling my fiercest self and nature is not on board. So that's kind of where I'm at. If anyone has really great like tips for caring for your hair or feeling, I mean, like my bald patches are coming in, my tiny little micro bangs are, you know, that is less of an issue now, but it's really just like the hormones, what it's doing to me. I am so mad.
I
Anyway.
relate so much because I got my hair done this week and I no longer can like do a base. I have to just do tons of tiny little highlights all the way through to break up the grays. And like you know, I have my hair girl that I love. You met her at my wedding. That is how much
Yes.
I love her. And she is very nice about it. She's like, no, it's actually not that bad. Like the grow out is so good. And I will say postpartum, my hair, like now I'm starting to lose it and it is starting to fall out and like thin, but it's growing really quickly.
This
Like
is the
my
longest
actual,
I've seen your
like
hair, I think, ever, Katie.
ever. Like this
And
is
like the least extensions you've ever
like,
had in your hair.
yes, yes. Like
Yeah, it
I will
looks
send you a
great.
picture of my hair, no extensions, and it is a lion's mane. But the
Hmm.
grays are real, and I think it's just, hormones, postpartum, raising children, living in a stressful world, which is actually one of my cliff notes.
Hmm.
So, but I want to quickly say, like, I love what you said about the sisters and like being, in this moment with them and having gone from like, it being hard to it being such a beautiful moment. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that.
And it's still hard, don't get me wrong, but
Of course.
there's just so much joy and I feel like we're like really finding our groove as a
Yeah.
little family of four. So, and like it's great. So the world is a shit show. That's what you want to talk about?
Well, I first want to talk about, so by the time this airs, I will have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Hmm.
So, yes, very close together. I actually got stopped on the street and someone was like, "Are they twins or what's going on here?" Like, literally, like, what's going on here? I was like,
Hmm.
"Well, they're 14 months apart." She's like, "Oh, wow, might as well have been twins."
I love people.
I love
Like,
people. Anyways, things I said I would never do as a mom. Feed them the same thing every night.
mm,
Before I had kids, and even when Kaya was super young, I swore I would make like a super nutritious, veggie filled meal for my kids as much as possible.
yeah.
Fast forward to this week, my kids have had some form of pasta every damn night because that is all Kaya wants or will eat.
Hmm.
Do other moms relate to this? And I will say for Emma, like she will eat anything. So I'm mixing it up with like veggies and different proteins and stuff for her. But Kaya, she will find the tiniest morsel of broccoli if it's in her pasta and she will say, no broccoli, no broccoli, and proceed to pick it out. It could be the tiniest blended up, less than a centimeter large, and she will find it. And she
Yeah.
only wants pasta or mac and cheese, for lunch, breakfast, dinner. I'm like, oh my gosh. So that's my first cliff note. Can you relate? Do other
Mhm.
moms relate to this?
Yes, this is literally what everyone tells us, and every mom before becoming a mom says, that won't be my child. My child will be well fed and love all foods. But guess what? That's not how it goes. Okay? That's not how it goes. We now do the thing where we say to Dylan, you have to eat this, this, and then you can have the thing you really want. And that
Mm.
works, but it's like, ugh, a
I do
full-blown
try. I'm like, one,
negotiation.
I say like one bite of chicken or one bite of broccoli, and then we can have the rest. And she's like, okay. And then she'll do it. And then she like spits it out on the chair.
Oh,
So I've become like a real expert pasta maker. I've gotten different shapes. I got like C shapes with like octopus and boats and yeah. Anyways,
great.
that is my life with Kaya. The other thing, and tell me if this is also just me, but I feel like we are living in a world where everyone online, on TikTok, on X, on Instagram, thinks they're a journalist.
Oh, yeah.
But real journalism is disappearing because real journalists are exhausted, they're underpaid, they're leaving the field. Networks are facing crazy budget cuts. They're giving us clickbait and like rage bait at every turn because they need clicks to not have their budgets cut. And so
Yeah.
people are not trusting them. And then
Hmm.
social media is like chaotic, full of like half truths. Everyone thinks that they're an expert. The comments are all so divisive. And I am feeling stress over this as a mom, as a
Yeah,
human, because
totally.
I just want true facts, no bias. And I feel like it's scary times. And it just really hit me this week like, okay, if budgets continue to get slashed and misinformation continues to spread, like, what does the world look like?
This is why I'm on Lexapro. Okay.
Same.
This is why I'm medicated. These are weird times. I mean, there's no getting around that. It's not new. It certainly feels like it's hit a fever, what is it, a fever pitch? An all-time high. But it is hard to know. And like, especially if we really want to dive into it, like the introduction of AI, like what is actually real and what is not. So it is scary. We do need regulation. There is definitely, we are not moving fast enough in the real shit in category. Like things, people feel like they can get online and say anything is true. And it is scary.
Yeah, and they're just doing whatever they need to say or do to go viral. And it's like, what the fuck is actually happening?
Yeah, these are weird times. It is a
I'm
dumpster
just,
fire.
yeah, I
Well,
am
and it's
frightened.
especially personal to us because this is the industry we work in.
Right.
We
We
are
have journalism
journalists.
degrees.
Yeah, we're journalists and this is what we do and it is
Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird time for sure. And I think people who aren't journalists feel it too. I think it's just
Well, they feel like the mistrust, and everyone is,
yeah.
you see all these posts on X and TikTok being like, don't trust the mainstream media. But it's like, that's the job of the mainstream media is to be truthful. And
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, we could go down a giant rabbit hole with that one. But yeah, it's hard. And especially as a mom, you want to be doing right by your kids and
I
doing the right
know.
thing for them. And it's like there's so much
What is
information
right?
that comes at us, and it's like, who do we trust? You know, it's just, it's a lot. It's just an added layer of stress for parents, for sure.
I'm feeling just very, I guess, overwhelmed. And I think that's normal to feel, I don't know, like a reflectionary period of time, like when there's a birthday, right? And so for
Yeah.
Kaya, like, yeah, it's her second birthday. I feel like we've been celebrating for the past week or so. And yeah, just you think about the world that we're living in, that we're raising kids in, and especially we're raising these women in, like young, tiny girls in. And so, Jason, I think Jason's tired of me worrying so much and feeling so much anxiety over it. He's like, I miss my wife. Where's my fun wife?
Huh. Yeah.
And I miss being that like fun, free-spirited person too. But yeah, I feel so inundated by everything all across the internet. And I feel that fear. And then I'm like, I do feel better when I don't have my phone. But then I'm also like, is there anything I need to know about?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's just a weird cycle right now going on with me. And that's,
It's
um,
easy to spiral.
yeah,
These days, it's easy to spiral
yeah,
for sure.
it's just, that's how I'm feeling. So.
No. Well, feel your feels, girl. That's allowed. But yeah, maybe a little break
A
from
little
social
break.
media.
I know. We just,
Yeah.
ugh. It's a celebratory week, though, all that to say. It's like, oh my gosh, a 2-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. Kaya turns 2, and less than 2 months later, Emma turns 1.
I know it's
It's
exciting.
exciting. And I'm really grateful in this part of life for like family and good friends. I
Mhm.
feel like that is everything. And the older that I get, I'm like, that is all that matters.
Yeah.
Our health and our safety and our people and our community.
Yeah, the
I'm
priorities shift.
feeling
That's
very,
one of the
very
great,
grateful for that.
yeah. That's one of the great gifts of parenthood for sure is just like a full-blown recalibration about what
Mhm.
matters and where to prioritize your energy and what yeah, just like
Yeah.
a and zoom out and figure out what actually matters. So
And even when we're
that is
feeling
awesome.
overwhelmed by the news and whatever, like I am so grateful that I am the one like raising my babies, in it with
Yeah.
my babies every single day. And yeah.
When we come back, we actually have a lot to talk about. Katie and I have made a list of all the things that we have loved this week or since we saw each other last. So when we come back, it's all the headlines we saw, the things we learned that we loved. So we're going to keep it positive
Yes.
and we'll be right back.
All right, we are back. And the first headline I am obsessed with is Donna Kelce joining the Traitors season 4.
Oh my God.
Mama Kelce in the castle, surrounded by who knows what reality stars. I think like Lisa Rinna is on the list. Like, I honestly don't care. I only care about Donna Kelce. I actually didn't even watch the last season of The Traitors, but I will be watching for Mama Kelce. I love this woman. I've never met this woman, but I think she is like a national hero, and I'm here for it.
She really is amazing. I remember when you and I had, a live audio show and Taylor and Travis were just starting to talk. We talked about her so much and like what a great boy mom she is and how she seems to have really raised these gentlemen and these like really good men. And obviously you're a diehard Swiftie. So this is
It's
Taylor's
like,
potential mother-in-law here we're talking about, so you have to support the
yes, such an exciting time for the Kelces. And of course, Taylor, who now owns all of her music.
Mm-hmm.
We've been waiting for this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't, I worked in celebrity and entertainment news for so long, but literally the only entertainment news I continue to care about is like Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift adjacent news. Everything else I'm like, eh,
Yeah.
eh.
I will tell you that does not surprise me. I could have told you that would probably be the case because you're just a diehard Swiftie. You're a
I love
Swiftie at
her.
heart. You love that woman and you
I
know,
like rooting for the good ones, you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, she's certainly one and do you think they're going to get married?
I think she's probably tired of people asking this, but yes, this girl
Yeah.
loves love. This
Yeah.
girl has written endless, countless songs about love and Romeo and Juliet and love stories and weddings and lovers. And yes, she
Yeah.
loves love and she
Yeah.
values loyalty. I think she wants that, forever partnership.
Yeah.
That's who
Yeah.
she is. She's her
But
own.
but my question was, do you think her and Travis are going to get married?
Yes, because I think he also is a family romantic guy.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think their values align, which is
I
so.
loved I loved them at not to totally take us off track, but I loved them going to his cousin's wedding together.
I know.
Can you imagine? I just love how, and they talked about it in the beginning of their relationship, but just they're going to love each other out loud in public as if they're normies and they're not going to hide. And I think that it's just been so refreshing to see them
Yes.
do that.
Yes. Also,
Oh,
everyone on social media that was like, oh my gosh, she's going to take away all the attention from the bride. I'm like, listen, if Taylor Swift wanted to come to my wedding, she could literally have the first dance with me or my
yeah.
husband. She could wear my wedding dress at the reception. She could sit front and center aisle row for all I care. Like, are
Hmm.
you joking me?
Yeah, walk
So
you down the aisle.
she could walk me down the aisle. She could read my vows.
Katie Kraus Swift. Okay, I'm going to bring us back. Here's what I'm loving this week. Adult tummy time. This is a new trend that is going viral on TikTok, and I think it's genius. Of course, we all know babies have to do tummy time to strengthen their necks. It's like a big part of their development, and we're supposed to do it the second we bring them home from the hospital. Now, people are saying one of the great ways to work on your posture and your core as an adult is to do tummy time and do it for about 10 minutes a day. You can scroll your phone while you do it. And I've been doing it, and I have to say, it's lovely. I think we should all adopt adult tummy time. Do it for your back because, especially when you're in that like little kid season where you're picking kids up and you're
Oh,
bending over and you're nursing, it's like, I swear I am developing a hunchback. I just feel it. I'm so arched over at the end of the day. My back and shoulders and neck just like hurt. But they're also saying, even if you're not like a mom or you're, just an adult living in the world, it helps combat tech neck. We're all kind of
we're all like
starting to hunch
this.
over just from being on our phone. So it kind of helps pull it back. So adult tummy time, I love it.
Okay, I need to do that because
Yes.
every day that I'm picking up tiny, small, itty bitty toys or even like changing laundry over, I
Hmm.
feel it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get stuck like this one day.
Yeah.
I'm not
It
going to be
hurts.
able
Like,
to like
yes.
go back up.
Right. I'm going to be there forever. I will live there.
Yeah.
Yes. It
Okay.
hurts the
Tummy
most.
time.
Yep.
Okay. My next one. A mom finally graduated at 88 years old after being denied her diploma whilst pregnant back in 1959. Her
Fuck
name
yeah.
is, yeah, right? Her name is Joan Alexander. She literally waited decades, decades, decades for this moment. She was going to graduate from the University of Maine. She wanted to be a teacher, but when she got pregnant, the university barred her from completing the required student teacher part of her studies. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my
It
God.
was like back when like pregnancy and professionalism like could not coexist. Anyways, she finally has her diploma. She is a graduate. Hell yes, Joan. Good for you. Shame on the University of Maine way back then and any other universities that did this. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild that like we lived in that kind of time?
Well, we didn't,
Disgusting.
but that people who are
Yes,
still
that
alive did.
happened.
Like that's
Right.
crazy. Yeah, it feels like that should be ancient times, but
It
that
feels like
she's
it should
still
never have
living.
happened. It
Yeah,
like
but
makes me
like
sick.
claps for
Yeah.
her. Like way to do it. Never give up. It's never too late, and actually this is a great segue into my next one. Alex Cooper. I just want to give her her props, give her her flowers. Her new documentary is out, and in it, she comes forward about the sexual harassment she faced while she was a soccer player at BU, Boston
Hmm.
University,
Hmm.
allegedly, at the hands of her coach. And she has since written a full post on Instagram just saying, like,
I'm
Daddy
coming
Gang,
for
I'm
you.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if any, I'm standing up for all the victims. If you've had this happen to you, just know, like, I see you, I feel you. I just think it's very brave. And I want to just take a minute to say, like, shout out Alex Cooper. Like,
Yeah.
that is a hard thing to do when you have a platform. She very well could have stayed quiet, never said a thing, continued to collect her checks and just, live her rich life. But she's using her platform for a very good cause. And I just think it's badass as hell. And so,
Daddy
cheers.
Gang.
Daddy Gang.
Love what you said that she's using her platform. I know she's like kind of controversial, especially in the podcasting world, and she's had a controversial past, but I think so important to like speak up, especially about this kind of thing. And I hope that anyone who is complicit, anyone involved in this alleged abuse is held accountable.
Yep, me too. And I hope that her act of bravery
Helps
makes
other
other
people.
people
Yes.
feel comforted. I think that was her intent. And I think I've already seen people in the comments just being like, thank you.
Oh, I love
So,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we love a
Speak
strong,
up.
badass woman,
I know. Speak up. Like
Yep.
we cannot, I hate that sometimes it feels like we live in a culture that like victim shames.
Yeah.
Anyone who abuses anyone needs to be held accountable, and people shouldn't feel afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
My last one is, did you watch your Friends and Neighbors?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Excellent. And I read that they're already filming season two.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't have to wait like 10 million years like we always do with streaming shows. And
Yes.
I just love it. I love Amanda
Yep.
Peet. I love John Hamm. Excellent, excellent television. Way to go, Apple TV.
You know what it kind of gives me? It kind of is giving me Weeds, where it starts
Yeah.
out as something minor and then just like blows up into like full-blown cartel.
And I
Except this is
loved
Me too.
Weeds.
Me too. I loved this season. I'm excited to see where it goes in season two. I love that. Well, we won't give it away, but I loved the way the season ended because I think it set up really great for what's to come. So if you haven't watched it, I agree with Katie. You should
Yeah.
definitely
At
tune into
first,
that.
I looked at Jason. I was like, how are they going to continue this? Like, they're giving us so much in season one where
Mhm.
it's like, what, how?
Yeah.
But you're right. The way they ended it, I'm like, oh my God, there's so much they can do here.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes. Here
sad.
for it. Here
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
Okay, I have a couple more. I'm going to rip through mine real quick.
Okay.
One, landlines are back. Have you heard
Oh,
this?
I've heard this.
A lot of millennial parents are opting for a family landline. They're saying it gives your kids autonomy, like it helps them feel connected, but it also helps to delay giving them a cell phone. I'm not sure that it works. I also don't know that I want a landline, but I think it's interesting and I think it's worth exploring if you are a parent of a child at an age where the phone conversation is really becoming hot and heavy. I feel
Yeah.
like this might be a good alternative. So I just want to throw that out there. Millennials are doing this.
I love that. Especially, you know what? I was thinking, like, I wonder if there is like some sort of emergency and like your phone is dead for whatever reason, or I don't know. And then is it helpful to have a landline, or like would that also be,
Girl, I don't know. I don't do
I don't know.
technology, but
Okay.
I just, I don't know.
The thought of a
I
landline is nice.
It's nice.
Sure.
The thought of it's I had my own phone number in my room when I was a kid, That was kind of fun. I felt
Yeah.
very like that
Old,
was cool.
like
Yes.
adult.
Yes,
Yes.
but I think this is like maybe kind of a genius idea, so worth exploring. The next thing is, have you ever tried to explain what it feels like to somebody like your husband, to Jason, let's say, what it feels like when there's a baby in your belly kicking?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it's very hard to describe though,
It is
right?
very hard to describe.
Unless you felt it. So there is this mom on TikTok who discovered the perfect way to describe it. And this is an audio medium, but if you want to break this out, this video, you can watch it on social media. Basically, take your hand and put it on your cheek,
Okay.
and then take your tongue and rub it along your cheek. And the way your tongue feels on your palm is totally,
I don't know why that felt like sexual.
it totally feels sexual. It definitely is giving BJ vibes, but the comment section of her post are like, "Oh my God, this is it. You figured it out." Yeah, it does kind of look
I
sexual
can't
too.
put this
Maybe
on the
don't put it on
internet.
social media. Everyone at home try it. Maybe we won't put this video on because it will live there forever and become a meme, but you get the point. So I loved that. I love when people just like figure shit out. Doesn't it feel like that?
Yes.
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 Okay. Last one. Ripping through these.
Love.
I don't know that I love this, but I just think it's funny and we all need a little levity in our life.
Mm.
So I love it for that reason. Fart walks.
Oh, you sent me this a couple weeks ago.
Fart walks are a new thing. It's a new trend in fitness and wellness. It is exactly what you think. You eat your dinner and then you go for a walk and you just let them rip.
Are you like
And
with people?
I mean, I certainly do not toot in front. I don't toot, period, because I am a ladylike, but I would absolutely not do this with Andrew. Absolutely not.
This
But
was okay.
yeah, but the whole thing, it's not just for like shits and giggles. It is, doctors have come forward to say that this actually has health benefits, such as helping you reduce the chances of developing type 2 diabetes. Also, promoting intestinal mobility. Also, preventing large spikes in blood sugar. And get this, it lowers your risks of getting cancer.
So
What?
basically, they're just telling you to like let out your gas when you have it. Don't hold it in.
Yeah. And have you heard the thing about how if you hold in your farts, it makes your breath bad?
So I have heard that, but I'm gonna actually take it a step further. So when
Okay.
Jason and I started dating,
Mm-hmm.
he had so much anxiety about like farting in front of me that he would hold in his farts.
Yeah.
And he ended up having to get a colonoscopy early on because he had so much pain in his side. And they were like, you just have a lot of gas.
Okay. Can
Gonna
we
kill
do a
me. He's
poll?
gonna kill me.
We
Anyways,
can we do a poll online? I want to know if you are farting in front of your partner.
so we
Yes
don't,
or no?
yeah, it's a no, but I will say I wouldn't like be offended and like I'm sure we've heard each other because it's a small area that we live in. But did you watch the Hannah Brenner stand-up comedy where she's like, if you take your hand and you like lift up your butt cheek, you can let air out without making a
Can't prevent.
noise?
Yeah, it's because you're opening up your asshole. So it comes out like a instead of a. But here's the thing, you can't prevent smell that way. So you just have to like let it rip and then pray it doesn't smell like dead animal. You know what I mean?
Or have an animal in the room to
And then
blame it
blame it.
on.
See, that is the great thing about kids. I will say, Andrew and I have been together almost 2 decades, and we to this day do not fart in front of each other, which is why it was so uncomfortable when I shat the table giving birth. That's all I got to say about that. But
Go back and listen.
yes,
That
go back and
episode,
listen to
not the
that episode.
shatting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the shitting. But that's all I had.
I
feel like
love it.
those were some good topics.
Yeah. Mamas, thank you so much for listening. If you are new here, I hope that you felt seen or laughed a little or whatever. Just leave us a comment. Let us know topics that you guys want us to talk about on here. Remember, motherhood is a sisterhood, and we'll be back next week.
Toodles.